Good morning, and welcome to the November Sound Summit, where we're going to be chatting about discovering winter in the Pacific Northwest. We've got an amazing group of folks here to present to you this morning. A taped version of the live broadcast will be available on YouTube within 3 days in case you're missing the live broadcast this morning. As a reminder, some of our partners aren't going to be here this morning, but you can always find their information on the second page of our navigation page if you want to reach out and find the most up-to-date information about those organizations. We'll be collecting your questions throughout the broadcast, and we will bring presenters back up at the end to answer those. Within 48 hours, you'll be able to find the posted questions and answers that we covered during the broadcast. With that, I'd like to bring up Colonel Duncan for opening remarks.
Thank you, Robin. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the new 10 o'clock hour of the Sound Summit. I hope this new time works for you all. We did this so you could get a little bit more settled in school, even though obviously school is virtual for all of us right now. You're going to hear some wonderful information today about getting out and about in the Pacific Northwest. You live in one of the most beautiful areas of the country, really of the world, and we're going to give you some ideas of how to get out there and take advantage of it, and also how to prepare for some of the inclement weather. If you haven't lived here before, if you just moved in this summer, we do get some weird weather around here. We don't get quite the storms of North Carolina or hurricanes or tornadoes or those kinds of things, but we do get some weird ice and some snow. So we're just going to prepare you for that. And prepare you how to get outside. And maybe we need to teach people how to do the Seattle walk, which is the umbrella in one hand and the coffee in the other. I think we should do that with the Sasquatch for Sound Living. We should give him an umbrella and a coffee. All right, so COVID continues all around us, obviously, right? We discussed this last night at the Tuesday town hall, and it continues to impact all of us. Perhaps you're watching this from home right now with your kids because again, schools are virtual. If you are, hi kids. We need to continue throughout this COVID time and throughout the sort of compacted nature. It's hopefully brought our families closer together, but we're a little bit more isolated from our extended families and from our friends that we aren't able to gather with as often. I ask that you can continue to focus on your mental health. We know that is a second order effect of this process, and we continue to care about you, and we have capabilities available to you. And again, this is a time to continue to get outside. It does rain here, but we're still running all the virtual races, through MWR. Sign up for those. We're working on guidance to set the clubs up in safe, COVID-safe ways, so you can still do some holiday parties. We're working with preventive medicine on those. We'll put those out. Reducing pricing in those avenues, so you can still get out and have some small gatherings. Another way to get out is to volunteer. You're going to hear a little bit more about that again today. Another way to get out and maybe even get over some of this election anxiety that I hear is a thing now. I saw this on the news the other day. Election anxiety is a new thing. And in honor of recognizing some of our volunteers, some of our amazing volunteers, we're having a ceremony today at 1600 at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Sign right back on here to Facebook Live, and you'll see us recognize some of our amazing volunteers of the year. And again, that's a great way to get out yourself and to give back to the community. There's lots of great ways to volunteer, and those are available on the MWR webpage and on the main JBLM webpage. All right, thank you again. Good morning, and now I'll turn it over to Colonel Ray from CORE. Thanks, Robin.
Hey, thanks, Guy. Hey, I'm Owen Ray. I'm the Chief of Staff for First Corps, and on behalf of Lieutenant General George and the entire Corps, I want to thank you for tuning in this morning. Hey, again, I wanted to echo what Sky just mentioned, and I really appreciate all the support and hard effort by the entire MWR and Garrison team for some really great events this last weekend. Haunted Crooked Road, I went out there. It was amazing turnout. The drive-in movies, just fantastic. Just another example that this base, this team here, we continue to live our lives even through the COVID constrained environment. It doesn't stop us from what we need to do as a team. So as we enter in the holiday season, I want to echo a few comments by the commanding general. He conducted a town hall yesterday, and if there are some questions, I'd highly recommend you to go back. We answered a lot of questions on holiday leave and you name it. So I'd ask you to go reference that. But a couple things that I do want to hit. It's no surprise that the risk of COVID is increasing right now as people go back indoors. So we really need everybody's help for a sustained, disciplined approach to get after the things that we know work. wearing a mask, social distancing, ventilated areas. Those kind of things have proven to be effective, and we need your help to continue. And by all means, mask wear has been proven highly effective. And we're going to put out an additional blue hash that kind of reinforces that whether you're inside, you're outside, if you within 6 feet, both parties, everybody needs to be wearing masks. And again, more to follow on that. But informed by our medical professionals and with COVID mitigation in mind, we continue to plan and we will still conduct winter celebrations. It's what we do. It's what we need to make sure that we're building cohesive teams. We're staying connected. It's very, very important, as you heard from Colonel Duncan. We plan on conducting Winterfest on 5 December. We also plan on enabling units to be able to conduct holiday functions as well as take opportunities for leave and gather with families and loved ones, friends, families, and loved ones. It's very important for our ability to stay connected and, again, build cohesive teams and take care of one another. But we have to stay disciplined in the approach by which we do that. With the science informing our approach, with looking at risk mitigation, having commanders involved, we can get after living our lives. We just got to we got to take into account these risk mitigation measures. If we don't, we could quickly find ourselves in a spot where we have to in place additional restrictions just due to the fact that we're not protecting the force. So just keep that in mind. As always, we've gathered a tremendous group of experts today. They're going to share some awesome opportunities we enjoy here in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, as Colonel Duncan noted, it's getting rain's coming in. But for someone, this is my 4th tour here at JBLM, and you can't let it stop you or slow you down. You get a good rain jacket. I'm not a big fan of the umbrella, because you look like a tourist sometimes. But get a good rain jacket and move out. Snow's falling in the mountains, so mountain sports and some of your snow sports are coming in. It's a great time to be here. So I'd highly encourage you to take advantage of it. Before I turn it over to Robin, again, I'd like to personally thank each and every military family that serves part of the JBLM community. This month is National Military Family Appreciation Month and serves as an important opportunity for us to acknowledge and thank our military families, especially in these times. You're the backbone of our military and a critical component to our readiness. Without the support, we could not do what the nation calls upon us to do. So thank you. And Robin, back over to you.
Sure. For our soundbite today, as Colonel Ray mentioned, this is the month of veteran and military families, so we'd like to highlight some events and opportunities on the military OneSource page. If you go to their site, you'll see that you can actually request a goodie bag from them directly from their site. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see several special events that they're hosting for the month of November to celebrate veterans and military families. And as always, they've got their resources listed that are available to you year-round. So we'd urge you to check those out. In addition to the military OneSource opportunities, DPFR and DFMWR are hosting an exciting opportunity and a contest for all of our military families. To be eligible to participate, you need to follow 3 steps. The first one is to follow the DPFR page on Instagram. After that, you're going to want to tag a photo of your family participating in exciting events. We've heard from many of you, we've always known military families are super creative, but we've heard from many of you that with the new restrictions, you've actually either refound and rediscovered some family events that maybe you had forgotten about or discovered some new ones. So we want to celebrate that during this month. So please tag a photo of your family, and then the third step would be to mention JBLM Sound Living in the comments to be eligible to be entered for a drawing for 4 prizes that have been donated by MWR. So we will be announcing the winners on the 30th of November on a live event, and we hope to see lots of amazing photos of your families enjoying each other to celebrate the month. All right, with that, I will be followed by the Focus program.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Kim Crosby, and I work with the Focus program here at JBLM. Focus stands for Families Overcoming Under Stress. And we are a resilience training program for military families and couples to strengthen and build different skills and tools to overcome and navigate through the different stresses and challenges that fall upon us all, whether it's military related, just regular daily life related, or COVID related stresses and challenges. Families and couples need to have good skills and tools in place to stay strong together through those challenges. So with November being Month of the Military Family, the Focus program really wants to honor and highlight our military families and their strengths, as well as support and provide some extra skills and tools. So we are offering a series of workshops on Zoom throughout the month of November for families. We're inviting military families to come together on these workshops, so it's for you and your whole family to join in, and we're intentionally trying to make the workshops fun and engaging, doing different activities, providing different ideas for things to do together as a family. We know that everyone's been doing a lot of Zoom meetings for different things, so we want to make sure that these are fun and interactive. We have a whole calendar of our different workshops for November on our Focus webpage, which is focusproject.org/MOMF2020. So it's MOMF 2020. And you can go to the calendar, you can sign up and register for any or as many of the workshops as you want to. They're all free. And on Mondays, we're doing Mindful Mondays, Tuesday Talks, Wellness Wednesdays, Thankful Thursdays, and Fun Fridays. The JBLM team is going to be hosting a Fun Friday on November 20th at 3, so we're hoping to see a lot of folks register for that one particularly. But our focus programs at different military installations around the world are going to be offering these workshops. So you can also sign up for other ones if you want to get to know some of our other focus teams as well. If you have any questions specifically about these, please feel free to send an email to our JBLM Focus email address, which is jblm@focusproject.org. All right, thank you so much, and I will be followed by B.O.S.S.
Good morning, JBLM community. My name is Specialist Seymour, and I'm the Installation B.O.S.S President, the Better Opportunity for Single Service Members. And I just wanted to run through all the events that we're going to be having in November for you guys. So on Mondays, we're having our book club. It's going to be at the Warrior Zone from 1800 to 2000. That's every Monday. And then every Tuesday from 1800 to 2000, we're going to be having our board study group. So if you're interested in going to a promotion board or the NCOA month or Soldier of the Month board, come out to that. It's ran by a staff sergeant, and then first sergeants do sit on those boards as well. Tonight and then the 19th, we'll be having our movie night. If you guys are interested in watching a movie, we'll be doing that in the B.O.S.S conference room as well. And then Thursday, every other Thursday, we're going to be doing our relaxing and calming yoga in the evenings. This is led by a professional yoga instructor, so if you guys are looking for a way to de-stress throughout the week, please come out to our yoga night. That's going to be on the Warrior Zone patio. And then for the weekend events, this Saturday, we're going to be going to Leavenworth again. We know you guys were really intrigued about that one, so we still have spots available for that one. Next weekend, we're going to have our B.O.S.S Getaway Thanksgiving Experience trip. That's going to be in Amanda Park, which is in the Olympic National Forest. We're going to be out at an Airbnb and camping out there and going hiking. So if you guys are interested in that, that's the 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then the weekend after that, the 22nd, is going to be our Tacoma Day. We're going to be going to the Art Museum in downtown Tacoma, Point Ruston, as well as the Point Ruston Farmers Market. That's going to be on Sunday. And then the weekend after Thanksgiving, the 28th, we're going to Snoqualmie Falls. Again, all these trips are free for all your single service members that are out there. And if you guys are interested, please DM us on Facebook or Instagram or reach out to us at our office. And I'm going to be followed by the Washington Tourism Alliance.
Thank you so much. My name is Mike Moe. I work with the Washington Tourism Alliance, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for your service. You live in an amazing state, whether you're here for a short time or you're here for a long haul. I really hope that you get out and experience Washington State. We are the smallest state in the western side of the United States, but we have the most diverse set of experiences. Whether you head west, maybe on that B.O.S. trip, go out to Olympic National Park, it is completely unique. It's a temperate rainforest, the only one in the contiguous United States. So we have these moss-draped trees and giant ferns. Kind of looks like Endor from Return of the Jedi. It's beautiful. We also have a rugged wild coast out there and some amazing small towns. You head north, go to the San Juan Islands. Everything's a little bit slower, and great place to relax and de-stress. Water everywhere, and also whale watching. Obviously, we have 2 other national parks. You have Mount Rainier right in your backyard, iconic mountain there, and lots of outdoor experiences, including trails to hike on. And North Cascades National Park is probably our least visited park, and it's unique in its own right. It has drastic, jagged peaks, and again, it's plenty of outdoor experiences up there as well. If you head east of the mountains, lots of hunting and fishing if you like to do those sorts of things. We also have the Washington wine country. Recently, Walla Walla Valley was actually ranked #1 in wine regions in the country, over Napa, over Sonoma. So we actually have world-class wine right here in Washington State. If you like to do some winter sports, we have a number of ski resorts around the state, including Snoqualmie Pass. If you're a beginner skier, it's a great place to go. It's about an hour and a half away, and they have discounts. I think it's 10% off there for military. If you're a bit more of an expert skier, you can head up to Crystal Mountain, which is about just under 2 hours away. An amazing ski resort up there. And if you want to go north, go to Mount Baker. Also, they have amazing snow up there and lots of skiing opportunities. We are starting a new campaign called Explore Washington's Backyard. It's a passport that incentivizes you to go outdoors and experience the activities there. All you have to do is go to experiencewa.com. That's experiencewa.com to register, and you'll get it on your phone, and you can check into over 130 activities around the state. And the more you check in, you can win prizes, including movie passes, t-shirts, hats. You can also be entered to win a vacation. This month, we're giving away a vacation to Long Beach Peninsula, which is just west from here. So again, go to experiencewa.com, that's experiencewa.com, and thank you so much. And again, thank you for your service. Up next, we have Washington State Parks.
Good morning, my name's Jason. I work for Washington State Parks, the Winter Recreation Program. We're excited to be here today. What is winter recreation? We cover all sorts of winter activities all over the state, federal land, state land. We have 3,000 miles of trails for you to enjoy, 130 snow parks, and a handful of snow play areas. So definitely come on out if you're into, we cater to snowmobiling, snow biking, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, dog mushing, and a lot of other activities, fat tire biking. We want you to, first of all, check out our website, the resources on the left-hand side. You'll need a snowpark permit. So grab one of those. You can print out a temporary online. The dailies are $20, and the seasonals, if you're going to go more than a couple of days, I encourage you to buy a seasonal permit, and they're $40 to $80. We have a lot of also additional resources for safety. Scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a winter safety page. Definitely make sure you have good traction tires on your vehicles and some traction devices. I'd recommend taking some of those. You'll need them when you're up on the mountains. Check out DOT, the mountain passes. Make sure they're open. Also, you should check out at the top of our page, avalanche information are right here as well. The Northwest Avalanche Center has some great mountain weather forecasting you should look at if you're heading further out into the backcountry. And they also have avalanche forecasting as well. That's at the top of the page as well, or down a little bit. And additionally, where do you want to go? I've got some tips right close by the base here. If you've got kids, throw them in the minivan, head up to just over Snoqualmie Pass to a sledding hill snow park called Hyack. It's on exit 54, and you can look at all the different snow park areas with trail maps and information at the link that says snow parks. We have a lot of information there. Additionally, make sure you're Well, I've got some other areas that you'd be interested in. Maybe Lake Easton State Park is a great little area. You can ski and snowshoe around the lake up there. Also in the Roslyn area, you can rent snowmobiles, and we have snowmobile trails right over there. If you want to go a little further, Leavenworth has some great snowmobiling opportunities. We have a new snow park, Eagle Creek, up in that area. And Lake Wenatchee State Park is a little north of Leavenworth, and they have some beautiful cross-country ski trails and snowshoe trails in that area. And you can even tent camp right on the lake. We just want you to be safe, be responsible out there. Check out recreateresponsibly.org. They have some good tips during the pandemic. And if you want to contact the winter program, our phone number is 360-902-8684, and email is winter@parks.wa.gov. Thanks for your service. I'd like to introduce the Directorate of Public Works.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Chuck Markham, Director of Public Works here at JBLM. This morning, I just want to do a quick overview and talk about our snow and ice removal responsibilities and also the operations that we have here. DPW has the mission to do the snow and ice clearing here on the installation. We have limited resources to do that. We have a plan and we're prepared to do it. I will show here later in the presentation a map of our routes and our priorities, and then also some of the housing areas, what they do there. As just mentioned, Lincoln Military Housing, they are responsible for the roads within the housing areas. However, DPW is also responsible for the major roads that go through the housing areas. Those are our responsibilities, and you'll see that in the map. Likewise, Madigan is responsible for the roads and parking lots within their campus, and they do that. Important thing for everyone to remember here, all installation units, agencies, facility managers, and housing occupants are responsible to ensure that their doorsteps, their landings, their porches, entryways, sidewalks, and building ramps around their areas are also cleared and shoveled, swept free of ice. This requires you all to get out and do that after each snow so we don't compound the issue with more snow or more ice as the winter goes on. We get those off at the first time. Reminder that any de-icer and snow implements like shovels are available for purchase at the installation-based supply centers here on JBLM. Next slide, please. This slide here shows the priority routes and the areas that DPW clears throughout the installation. We finish with priority route number 1, and then we move into routes 2 and 3. And then after those routes are done, we move to parking lots if necessary. We work closely with DES and DPTMS on providing updates and receiving updates for them for where areas are needed, and then we provide the updates where we have cleared. So it's constant communications with our drivers out in the trucks and in the operations center. Just let you know too that we're very proactive with our de-icing evenings before, mornings before of known ice or snow. We either go out and put de-icer down, or we position the trucks to be able to be ready to go as soon as the snow starts. Next slide. This here just shows the phases that the Lincoln Military Housing snow removal is worked in. You can see what their first phase response is, the areas. Mainly we're looking at the areas that either generally accumulate a lot of snow or have hills that impede safe driving, and then they move to their second phase once the first phase is done. So that covers my area, and if you have questions, I'll answer those at the end of the show here. I'll be followed by the Garrison Public Affairs.
Good morning, JBLM. I'm Joe Peak, the Garrison Public Affairs Officer. And as Colonel Duncan mentioned, we can have inclement weather here at JBLM any day now. We're into November. We've already had dense fog, and at any moment we can have freezing fog, we can have black ice, and I can pretty much guarantee we're going to have a snow event or two during this winter based on some of the predictions. When we do have inclement weather here at JBLM, sometimes that results in either a early dismissal in the afternoon, possibly a 2-hour delay coming to work in the morning, and sometimes we actually close down much of the base except for mission essential personnel. When that happens, we use every mechanism that we have available to announce to everybody at JBLM what's going on the base. And I'd like to run through those with you right now. Become familiar with the JBLM website, which is home.army.mil/Lewis-McChord. We'll put inclement weather information right on the front page of the website. Also, from the website is the Weather and Road Conditions PDF. Our military police drive around the base throughout the night, and if they discover that we have black ice conditions, they'll update that road conditions PDF overnight, and you can go to that in the website when you wake up in the morning to see what the road conditions on base are like. Also, I would encourage you to become familiar and like the JBLM Facebook page or the JBLM Twitter page. We'll put inclement weather information out there as well. If you haven't done so already, I suggest you download the new Digital Garrison app. We'll put push notifications out through the Digital Garrison app, and you'll get notifications on your phone, maybe even on your wristwatch like I do. If you are an employee at JBLM, whether you're military or civilian, if you have a government computer, then you'll get a notification through the alert system. That's a government text, phone, and work notification system, work computer notification. Also, we use JBLM Alert. That's a commercial system for non-DoD personnel. So service members and civilian employees can have their family members go to JBLM Alert through the Everbridge system and sign up for our alerts. The JBLM Watch Office also records a weather message, and that's on AM 1500. That primarily is on base only. It's not a real powerful radio transmitter, but it's still a resource. There's also an inclement weather phone message that the JBLM Watch Office puts out in the morning, and that's at 253-967-1733. And finally, the JBLM Watch Office will send out phone messages to all units across the base and let them know about inclement weather messages. The most important thing to realize is that we can have very differing weather situations from the north side of McChord Field all the way to the south side of Lewis Main Cantonment. Weather does change, and no one situation applies to everybody on the base. So I suggest we will tell everybody what the situation is, but then you need to check with your supervisor or your chain of command to see what your situation is. Thank you very much. Be safe, JBLM, and I will be followed by MWR.
Good morning, JBLM. I'm Colin Brooks, Outdoor Recreation Director, and I want to go over all the resources that outdoor recreation has to get you outdoors in the Pacific Northwest. Just like our leadership said, Pacific Northwest is a mecca of great outdoor activities to get you outdoors in the wintertime here. Just because it's raining doesn't mean you can't get outdoors. Typically when it rains here, it's snow in the mountains, so we encourage you all to get outdoors. We have some of the great resources on our installation for you to get outdoors. We have two great facilities on Lewis North. We have the Northwest Adventure Center. That center can provide you all kinds of rental resources as far as skis, snowboards, sleds, tubes, outdoor clothing to get you outdoor within the rain and the snow. And then we also have another operation over at McChord Field called Adventure Unlimited. This facility also gives you all the resources as far as rentals of skis and snowboards to get you out in the mountains. Both these facilities are open Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We can get you all equipped. We also have resale operations in these facilities to get you the clothing you need. On top of these facilities, I also want to encourage the other activities we have as far as getting you out on tubing mountains. We have snow climbing, which is great at tubing that the state park guy mentioned. We have Mount Rainier, which is great tubing as well, and we do offer rentals of tubes at both our outdoor rec facilities. On top of that, Snoqualmie Pass is a great area just to go snowshoeing. We rent snowshoes at both our operations. And cross-country skis can also be rented at outdoor rec. So please get out to our outdoor rec operations and rent some of this great gear, get outdoors, enjoy the mountains. On top of some of these other activities, we also provide our indoor climbing wall during the winter months. If you're not into getting outdoors, you want to be indoors, over at McChord Field, we have our climbing wall facility. With mitigation measures, we're doing reservations up to 5 people for the climbing wall facility. Please call the Adventure Unlimited facility over at McChord, make a reservation, enjoy this really great wall facility. In addition to the wall, we also have our Scuba program going on in the wintertime. Scuba has just recently reopened. We're doing classes up to 5 people right now. Scuba takes place at the Northwest Adventure Center, and classes are in our pools here on JBLM. We encourage you to call us, get some more information. We'll get you signed up for scuba lessons. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about tree lighting ceremony coming up. Tree lighting, for updated information, please visit the website. Website's jblm.armynwr.com. That's going to give you all the updates of the upcoming tree lighting ceremony. I'm followed by DPFR, and I want to thank you all. Please visit outdoor recreation. Please get outdoors, enjoy the Pacific Northwest.
Good morning, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Nicole Cabral. I'm an Education Services Specialist at the Stone Education Center. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the events we'll be hosting throughout the month of November in celebration of National Education Week, which is November 16th through 20th. We have a military academic award ceremony on November 17th at 9 a.m. through Microsoft Teams. We'd like to encourage you to tune in and join us in recognizing our military scholars. Secondly, we have a virtual open house scheduled for tomorrow, November 5th at noon. You'll have the opportunity to learn about some of the education services we offer here on post, as well as hear from the 8 on-base schools. You can take this opportunity to learn about some of the programs they offer, upcoming start days, and ways for you to get started. I'd also like to take this opportunity to promote our unit and FRG outreach approach. We'd love to come out to your unit and give a briefing to your soldiers, your family members. We can tailor the briefing to your needs. You can see the request form on the screen. Please feel free to fill that out and send it back to us. Last but not least, I'd like to let you guys all know that the Stone Education Center is currently conducting a needs assessment survey. The link is in the chat, so if you can, when you get a chance, please click on that link and complete the survey. This is one way that we can evaluate our current programs and continue to grow our programs. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be followed by Madigan Army Medical Center.
Hi, good morning. My name is Colonel George Leonard, and I'm the Chief Medical Officer at Madigan Army Medical Center. I'm used to getting up on this podium and talking all about COVID-19, but I don't think I could do any better than what Colonel Ray had already mentioned this morning about preventive measures for COVID-19, mask wearing, social distancing. Unfortunately, we at Madigan get to do those investigations into why we see cases, and what we're seeing over and over again as a theme are large family gatherings or people going out in the community and getting the disease, not following those basic measures that we know to be effective. So I just want to reinforce that again. Unfortunately, also as a result of COVID-19, the CDC has estimated that in just the first 6 months of this year, up to 40% of U.S. adults have delayed or avoided getting health care. And I want to be very clear about what we do here at Madigan, and that is we could deliver the highest quality care in a safe environment. And I wanted to share with you a few ways that you can come to receive care at Madigan. The first thing I wanted to highlight is the nurse advice line. You can see it's down there, and it's available at 1-800-TRICARE. It's a 24/7 nurse-manned advice line that will allow you to get not only direct medical self-care ideas, information about how to seek care, but also can directly hook you up with a scheduled appointment at Madigan for that care. Other ways we have to get in touch with us are the madigan.tricare.mil website, where all this information is posted. From those of you who have PCS from other locations, you may be familiar with either Relay Health or the Tricare online portal. Here at Madigan, we are one of the pioneers in the use of the electronic health record, MHS Genesis. And as a result, we have our own unique online portal similar to those called the MHS Genesis Patient Portal. That'll be able to put you in touch with your care team in order to answer any questions or set up appointments. As a patient at Madigan, I use the MHS Genesis Patient Portal very frequently, and it has most of the teams have a very quick turnaround on getting you answers if you're so inclined. Finally, the other way you can get in touch with us directly is through the Puget Sound Military Appointment Center at 1-800-404-4506. You can directly get appointments scheduled through them. And not only can you get appointments for in-person visits, but also virtual or telehealth visits if you're less inclined or if your particular needs can be met that way. Next week, the Tricare open season begins on November 9th. For those of you who are familiar, this is an annual occurrence where you can make changes to your Tricare coverage. There are certain opportunities and limitations as well. There's certain things that you can and cannot do during the open season. And if you have any more questions about that, I encourage you to visit the Tricare website at www.tricare.mil/openseason20. Finally, on this slide, the one thing I wanted to cover is the Madigan Pharmacy hours. Yeah, as you know, we're constantly reinvigorating and reiterating our process to improve it and deliver patient care to you in a better manner. Our current hours are Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. through 5 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also do want to reinvigorate folks getting to see their other options besides getting fills at Madigan Pharmacy, including the Express Scripts mail order, or also using retail pharmacies in the area. If you have any further questions about that, please visit Madigan at one of our social media platforms, such as Facebook, or at madigan.tricare.mil. Another thing that folks are being concerned about in this season is flu, and you never want to trade one pandemic for another, so we're encouraging folks to get their flu shots. You may have noticed we're a little delayed this year in putting out flu shots, and that's for a number of different reasons, including production and distribution. But we will be staging a drive-through flu shot drive at the beginning of December. So Tuesday, December 1st through Saturday, December 5th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. All Madigan patients aged 8 or older are eligible to come to our drive-through. It'll be over at McChord. There's instructions on the Madigan website about how to find that particular location where it will be. We encourage you to use that. If you don't want to wait, we have many retail pharmacies that support Tricare, and the shot is free from those, including Albertsons, Fred Meyer, and a number of other ones that are listed there. We do ask that if you are a Madigan employee, that you please remember to get some confirmation of getting your flu shot if you choose to go to the retail method. That is some kind of documentation that you've gotten the flu shot. If you're active duty, then we need to put that in MedPros. Can I go to the next slide, please? And November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. One of the big things that we're trying to do is we're trying to reemphasize that smoking cessation is an effective manner to mitigate the risk of lung cancer. Lung cancer, though it is not the most common cancer, it is the #1 cause of death as a result of cancer in the United States. So again, smoking cessation is something that we do at Madigan. We're here to help with those. November 19th is the Great American Smokeout, a great way for you, if you've previously tried to do smoking cessation, to reinvigorate that charge, or if you're interested in stopping anew, we're here to help you. And that's all I have. I'll be followed by the Spouses Club at Joint Base Lewis.
Good morning, JBLM. I'm a military spouse and a volunteer with the Joint Base Spouses Club. My name is Terry Pospisil, and I want to hit on a few things that we've got going on right now. The club has a holiday market for December 5th, and it's going to be at Lakes High School from 10 to 4. Vendors are still encouraged to apply, and they can go on our website, which is spousesclublm.org. We also have the Summit Shop, and this is a new thing for the Spouses Club this year, and it is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's also online on our website. You can buy different military paraphernalia, gifts for change of commands, change of responsibilities, hail and farewells, and we also have a lot of vendors that are local spouses that are very creative that have contributed to that shop. Another thing we've got going on this year, will be lots of sub-clubs. We aren't having our tour of homes this winter due to the COVID, but we will have the tour of homes in the spring. And so we encourage you right now to join one of our sub-clubs, and a lot of them are virtual. And so you'll be able to hop on and participate as much as you feel free to. The next thing we have going on this month is our Gathering of Gratitude Night, and that's November 19th. And it's a gaming night. It's done virtually in the evenings, and there's usually prizes pretty much everybody. We encourage you to get on Facebook, check us out. There's just a little bit for everybody, and we really would like to get participation up this year, and we invite you to go on Facebook, send us a direct message if you see something you're interested in, or if you don't see something that you are interested in, let us know by direct message, and we'll be sure to get on that. Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the question and answer portion of our broadcast. I'd like to bring Colonel Duncan up to answer some questions.
Hi, good morning. One of the questions we just received in the feed, and thank you for providing these questions. That's one of the reasons we have these things in the live format, is so you can always immediately ask questions, and either we'll answer it in the feed or we'll jump up here and answer it. One of the questions we received was, how do we receive notifications for lighting in the neighborhoods, and how do we enact improvements in the neighborhoods? Because as it's getting dark here, some of the neighborhoods need some additional lighting. So we've already done one thing in this. From the most recent town hall, we did a combined drive around with Public Works, our lighting contractor, Lincoln Military Housing, et cetera. And basically, I'll explain it this way. There's two ways we install lighting on the base. One is Lincoln Military Housing owns all of the residential areas. As soon as you enter a residential area, from there, all of the inside is Lincoln, so we work with them to install lighting. And then around the rest of the base, we have a contract called City Light and Power that installs our lights for us and maintains them. So we work with both of those. We've already installed some lighting in areas like Carter Lake Elementary, some sidewalks, some streets where kids were walking to school, some neighborhoods, and some main avenues. We've already done some of that, and we've identified some additional areas where they're needed. We actually got a couple more just last night in the town hall, so I appreciate people giving us those ideas. We're going to look at the one between the CDCs, the route between the two McChord CDCs, and Eagle View neighborhood, in addition to the ones that we've already identified. So thank you for the question.
All right, with that, we'd like to bring up Mr. Markham from DPW.
Yes, received a question from Kathy stating, how can we find out when the ramps for I-5 are closed at the main gate? And can a marquee be set up before you exit the gate? So Kathy, ramp closure dates and times are posted on the Washington State Department of Transportation website, and they also have an app for their use that talks that. As you know, closures and most of the work is being done at the nighttime into the early morning hours, so it changes quite often. There's a couple ways that you can find out. One is you can sign up for notifications through the WashDOT site itself. They will send you regular communications that state when these closures are and where. Also, you can download the app, and in there you can create underneath the My Routes site routes along I-5 that you routinely use or will use, and then you can go to those routes as you need them, and they will automatically update with the latest information, so that will help you with you. Or you can just go ahead and check their site each time you think you need to use I-5. Reference the marquee, we will try to work with the contractor to see if it's possible to set up any marquees at the main gate or maybe even Madigan, but I can't guarantee that. I'm not sure what they can do with their contract. Again, the times and dates change quite often, so the most accurate would be to go to their website or their app to get the latest information. So hopefully that's helpful for you as you travel I-5. And again, it's mostly the hours in the evening time from 8 o'clock in the evening all the way till 4 in the morning most evenings. So please be careful on those times of day. Thank you.
Okay, in response to some questions, we're going to have Mr. Peak come back up from Public Affairs and walk us through a couple of our websites.
Thank you, Robin. Good morning again. One of the questions that we received was, how can I get to the MWR webpage and the Directorate of Personnel and Family Readiness webpage from the front page of the JBLM website. So we've got that up on the screen right now. So if you go to the front page of the website and click on the menu, and then you take that down, underneath the About information is where it says Directorates and Support Offices. If you click on that, that will take you to all of the directorates here at Joint Base Lewis-McChord. And so that's where you'll find the Director of Emergency Services, Family and MWR, and Director of Personnel and Family Readiness, and all of the other directorates here at the base. That's the quickest and easiest way to find the directorates, and from there you'll find much of the information that you need here at JBLM. Thank you.
All right, and one last question for the Spouses Club.
Okay, our question is, can you place special orders at the Summit Shop? Most of our vendors are local and will take special orders. If you saw the pins earlier, that is from the West Point, New York area, and he will do special orders also, and he sends them out quite quickly. So just go back onto spousesclublm.org and then drop down menu to the Summit Shop, and then you will be able to pop up a message to any of our volunteers that are working within the shop or the manager, and they will get back to you about how to place a special order. Thank you.
All right, that wraps it up for today. As a reminder, the answers to your questions will be posted within 48 hours, and a taped version of the broadcast will be available on YouTube within 3 days. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great month.